One of the banes of a weaver's existence is to make sure that you have enough heddles on each harness when you are creating a new draft. When you're winding on and you're threading, the last thing you want to do is discover that you don't have enough heddles on a particular shaft in order to finish threading, because you've already started threading. You can't really take each of the harnesses out to add on more heddles very easily. So you do that before you even wind on. I'm going to show you how I do that. This particular draft that I'm doing is a turned overshot with plain weave, and for some reason my hook just hooked onto my onto my shoelace. So I'm doing a plain weave with a turned overshot supplemental weave. That means that I have to have some way to weight the supplemental and lift it up above the main harness, or the main back beam, which is going to actually be holding the plain weave threads. This loom happens to have a supplemental back beam to it. So I actually put this on top of my back beam so that my plain weave goes underneath and the supplemental weave goes on top. I will do another series to show you how I actually wind that on. I also have 2 back rollers under my beam so that I can have separate tensions on each of them, because the supplemental weft has more floats than your plain weave, and therefore it's going to have a different kind of take up as you're winding it on. But back to the harnesses. I need 114 heddles on the last 4 harnesses, and I need 44 on shaft 1, 46 on shaft 2, 22 on shaft 3, and only 17 on shaft 4. So in order to make sure that I have 114 on this particular harness, which as you can see, there's not 114 on here, I have to remove some from one of the other harnesses. Now, this is shaft 3. I've already done 1 and 2 and 7 and 8. So I'm going to do shaft 3 and shaft 6 here. Shaft 3 only needs 22 heddles. I definitely have more heddles than that. So we're going to count out the 22 that I need. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oh, wait. Oh, I've got some extras up there, so I'm really bad at counting. Sorry. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 20. And because I'm really bad at counting, I'm actually going to count out an extra 10 because it's not going to hurt. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That way I know that I have enough on this particular harness. Now look at all of these extras. Now if I kept all of these on this particular shaft and simply added on to the other one, that's a lot of weight to actually have to lift up and down. So we're not going to do that. We're going to take these off. And I know that I've actually shown you how I take them off before, but we're gonna go through it again, and you'll be able to see my entire process how I do this. So I have a couple that I have already taken off, as you can see here, and because they're painted, I don't know if you can actually tell with the lighting, but these are painted red on the bottom, so I know that this is the bottom. Okay, so we're going to take these clips off, which are holding the heddle bars in. And now is the scary part, because all of these are loose, so if I drop this, whoo, we're playing 150 heddle pickup. And I really don't want to do that today. Okay, so we're going to start on the bottom. And we're going to line these all up. And I am going to thread this string through the bottom set of Heddles. Okay, and I want to make sure that I'm capturing all of them here. So slowly but surely, and that is probably in the way. Let's see if I can do this so you can watch. So I am threading this needle through all the way through, and it caught underneath. And you want to make sure that that string is absolutely straight through there. And that you have caught every single one of these Heddles. And sometimes it's easier if you go on the top. If your Heddles have enough room at the top, that might help. Okay, so that's straight through. Looks like I'm catching them all. And we've got these left, so we're going to lift those up and string that through. Okay, so that is the bottom. And as you can see, I've already got some on here, so I'm trying not to lose those as I thread the rest of them. And we're going to put that right on through the string again. This is a waxed thread that my new Heddles all came on. That's very handy. It's a little stiffer than your regular string, but there's no reason why you can't use a regular string. Absolutely no reason you can't use just whatever yarn you happen to have around in order to thread that through. And see how nicely that goes? Okay. Sometimes you're gonna miss one or two. That's not a terrible thing because it's easier to put one individually on than having to put 100 of them on individually, which is what this is designed to overcome. Okay, so I have all of these attached to my string, and the end is nice there to capture them all. Now I'm going to lift them up and slide them off, but they're all still caught individually on my string. Okay, so we're going to set that aside for a second, and we're going to put this back in individually. We're going to put the little clips back in. And these clips are easy to find at Office Depot or Staples or whatever office, well, even Walmart if you do tend to go to Walmart. They're just little clips. Okay, so shaft 3 has what I need, so I'm going to put shaft 3 back down. And I've already added to shaft 8 and 7, so we're going to pull 6 out. And I know that I don't have enough on here for 6. Remember, I need 114, so let's count these out, shall we? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, 30, 2, 4, 6, 8, 40, 2, 4, 6, 8. All right, there's 50. Yeah, we didn't do too badly on this one, so we're not going to need to put all of those on this. 2, 4, 6, 8, 60. 2, 4, 6, 8, 70. 2, 4, 6, 8, 80, 2, 4. So I have 84. That's 80. I got 4 here. All right, so we need to put on, I'm not even going to bother trying to figure this out. 84 minus, whoops, wait, there's one that's hiding. 85. We have 85 on there. So we take the clips out. We lift those up. Every harness on the different kinds of looms are different. Some will have just a spring that you can simply lift up and the whole thing comes out. I have my shoelace table loom, which the harnesses don't actually lift up and out. I actually have to slightly bend these heddle holders to remove them on the top and the bottom to lift just these out, put the new heddles on, and then put them back in. That's fun, let me tell you. But I don't have to do it very often because it is a table loom. So I usually just keep plenty on there, and I just dropped my needle. Stretch down. Oh, I'm getting too old for this. Okay, so we have 114 minus 84. And instead of trying to count backwards and figure out how many I need, because I am so terribly bad at math, I'm going to say that it's, 40-ish. So we are going to put the needle back on here. Oh, actually, I don't need the needle for this one. Sorry. We have the string. Straighten it out. Ooh. Oh, I see. I've got one that's actually upside down. So I need to not put that one back on. Okay, so straighten that string out, and as you straighten that string out, they should all slide onto your heddle shaft, just like that. Nice and easy, right? Okay, that's the top. Now we're going to do this with the bottom, and yes, it does take a little bit of finesse, a little bit of coordination. Okay, and I know the lighting is probably really absolutely terrible. I apologize for that. I have my curtains closed because I don't want to see the snow that's out there. Thank you very much. It's March. It's not supposed to snow anymore. I live in Iowa. It's always going to snow in March. Okay, so that's 85. 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 2, 4, 6, 8. There's 100. 2, 4, 6, 8. Now I can count 14 minus 8. So we're going to add not 6 more. We're actually going to add a few more than that, just to make sure that I've actually counted out correctly in the first place. Okay, so we're going to add a few more on here. I need at least 6, right? So that should get me to my 114 that I need. And I'm actually going to add on 6 more so that we're at 120. So we've got 2, 4, and 6. Okay, and notice that once I put them on that top, they're still all nicely lined up on the bottom, so I can just slide them all on, and then the string just pops out. Just like that. Okay, and once they're all on, I can slide these back in, put my little office clips back in like so. Flip them up, and I'm going to separate them out so they're about half and half, and I'm going to slide my shaft back into the grooves on my loom. And don't forget, this is one reason why you want to clean those grooves. Now all I have is harness 4 and 5 to finish, and then I can start winding on